We have finally hit the big ol' reported short interest at 30.07%. What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Today we have a lot of stuff to go over with AMC, GameStop, the SPY, as well as some additional news and stuff to go over regarding the regulation SHO list and some things that we heard from the NYSE. All I ask you guys to do is stay till the end of the video so you don't have to watch another update video here on YouTube. I'm going to update you on everything that there is to currently update you on with AMC, GameStop, the SPY, etc. All I ask in return for doing so is please hit the like button. It helps me out. It helps out the channel. Also hit the subscribe button. Make sure to have post notifications on so that you guys do not miss it when I upload another video. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so 30% short interest currently on AMC. That's being reported to us. 82% utilization over on Ortex, and the cost bar average sitting at 356% and 364 for a max. And when you go over on Stock Tracker, it's reporting that there's no shares left to borrow against AMC. Now, of course, the chart isn't looking the best, but GameStop is starting to look pretty good. We're going to talk about the charts a little bit later on. And yesterday, we had another order imbalance on the buy side, 152,573 shares for APE and 83,681 shares for AMC. Both of these order imbalances were on the buy side, which is a very solid thing to see. Institutions, bigger players are loading up on AMC and APE because you can clearly tell that this is not retail purchasing 152,000 shares. And if you are, you're probably just a retail whale. Now, the big elephant in the room, threshold securities list. This has been talked about day in and day out by tons of different people, even spoken on by Adam Aaron. We talked about that in yesterday's video, but it's sitting on the threshold securities list for nearly 30 days now. And the NYSE finally put out a tweet. They quote, "In response to public inquiries, a particular stock's inclusion on the threshold securities list, which involves the clearing of transactions, is based on specific criteria dictated by the SEC's regulation SHO. Securities cannot be added to or removed from the list in any other way. It is not at the exchange's discretion. The SEC has public document explaining Reg SHO, which includes a detailed discussion of the threshold securities list. It also provides contact information at the SEC for related questions." Now, you know that this is going to be day 29 on the list, and then Monday is probably going to be day 30. So 30 days, 30% short interest. It's not looking good for shorts leading into earnings. And basically, the NYSE said, listen, we need you guys to realize that we know what's happening with a particular stock that they state, in quotes, a particular stock being on the threshold securities list. And we're letting you know it's not at the exchange's discretion. This is something that the SEC has to deal with. Now, yes, this is something that they have to deal with, but this is also just what the Reg SHO is. So look a little bit further into it. So they're basically throwing us a bone and saying, listen, maybe you don't know the full ruling. Also, we can't really do anything about it. Now, I like this tweet by Randall Cornett on Twitter. He goes, the SEC's response states that the stock's inclusion on the threshold securities list is based on specific criteria directed by SHO. But let's take a look at our beloved AMC Entertainment, which has been hanging on the list for over 25 trading days. That's way past the 13-day threshold. This is a clear violation of the rules, yet the SEC seems to be conveniently overlooking this. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? They also point us to a public document explaining Reg SHO, which includes a detailed discussion of the threshold securities list, but here's the kicker. The document itself admits there can be legitimate reasons for failure to deliver. Sounds like a pretty convenient excuse to justify why AMC is still on the list. Now, NYSE, the tweet they put out that we just went over, left a link. And when you go to that link, it specifically states in quotes, legitimate reasons for fails to deliver to occur. Basically, the NYSE saying we can't do anything about this, but at the same time, there are legitimate reasons why AMC is still sitting on that list. So they're basically trying to sugarcoat and justify why it's still sitting on the list. Randall Cornett states, and then they provide contact information at the SEC for related questions, but given the complexities and rigmarole of potential loopholes in regulation SHO, it's questionable how helpful they can be in providing clear, straightforward answers. Feels like they're just passing the buck, doesn't it? Like I'm on the phone with them Windows tech support and endless loops of BS. A closer look at the details of Reg SHO and the reality of AMC's situation suggests that the reality is far more complex and potentially problematic / manipulative. It's also as if the rules are being applied selectively and us apes are left swinging in the wind. But hey, we're used to it. Screw you guys. SEC, do your damn job. You suck. Now, I'm going to leave all of this linked down below because I think it's very important. Master list of phone numbers and emails. Guys, make your voice heard. Create a problem for them, right? let them know that we're here and that there is an issue going on. You have the SEC main line 2, Gary Gensler, Division of Enforcement, Division of Trading and Markets, FOIA Services. The list goes on and on. So use these to your discretion. And if I forget to link them under the video, just pause it. You can see them right now. All of the links, all of the emails, all of the phone numbers right here. Make your voices heard. Now, speaking of the NYSE, we just talked about somebody tweeting at Lynn Martin, the president at the NYSE, and them getting blocked just for asking about the threshold securities list for AMC, and this literally sums up everything in a 20-second clip.
This has been fascinating. We value our partnership with the New York Stock Exchange.
We value our partnership with Citadel as well. I mean, you guys are tremendous partners to us, both in your DMM capacity, your floor capacity, as well as across all of our businesses. And we love the collaboration.
Moving on, shout out to GNS. I thought this was pretty solid. Singapore High Court has approved 31 million GNS spinoff of Entrepreneur Resorts. The resulting dividend/share distribution to shareholders is greater than the current GNS market cap. Share count date will be announced shortly. Basically, Roger James Hamilton, CEO at GNS, came out and said, listen, the dividend is greater than the current GNS market cap. He puts a thinking face. Well, you know, GNS fought against market manipulation and said that there's naked shorting happening within their stock, and now they're saying, all right, share count date will be announced shortly. This is solid for GNS, and if that does occur, and if it's way more, there may be some sort of recall that does occur, forced recall in GNS shares, so keep this one on your radar. Now, before we get into AMC, GameStop, SPY charts, and additional stuff to close out the video, make sure, guys, pop in the Discord. Now you have the weekend to do it, so there's no excuse, so you're in there for next week. We have options trading alerts in there. I'm in there on the daily. We talk stocks all day long, so whether you're a beginner or advanced trader, this is the spot to go. Plus, you really won't notice it. It's probably the cheapest Discord out on YouTube. Also, guys, if you want up to 16 free stocks, this will almost guaranteed pay for Discord. Use my link, download Moomoo, sign up and make a deposit to fit the deposit criteria, and this will probably pay for your Discord for the entire year, if not even longer, and it takes 2 minutes out of your day. So use my link, download Moomoo, sign up and make a deposit. Plus, if you want to trade on there, they have free level 2 order book data so you can see where whales are loading up, dropping off shares, access to trading options, going long, going short, and more. So make sure to use my link, guys. Let's get back to the video. AMC currently trading at $5, even up 1.83% on the day. GameStop is up just about double. AMC still playing out exactly like we've been tracking. I think we see a dump come Monday or Tuesday. Don't forget, we have earnings Tuesday as well. So I think shorts are waiting to drop it on that date. However, this could most definitely be wrong, so take this with a grain of salt. I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. The reason it could be wrong is there were a lot of put selling. There were a ton of put selling on AMC, which is a bullish thing to see. But not only that, short interest is very high. Short exempts got very high, fails to deliver got very high, and we are still sitting on the threshold securities list for a very long amount of time. So if they continue to add double the pressure, I don't know how they're going to get out of it. If they continue to add double the pressure and we dump on earnings, then that will most certainly, in my opinion, be the dip before the rip, because how can they add more pressure when the pressure is already at its peak? You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. GameStop currently trading at $21.55, up about 3% on the day, and we got a beautiful bounce off of that trend line that we were talking about, and we got rejected on this other trend line. We called both of those out, and we also said that GameStop can rip before AMC, and this is something you're looking at for GameStop. GameStop could continue to climb. It may have just hit its low that we've been tracking. However, a lot of times it does move with AMC, so be very, very careful. In my opinion, GameStop could very well move with AMC. However, it didn't get the pops that certain tickers got, and I think GameStop is due for one. I also think GameStop will just naturally move before AMC. They're both very, very manipulated, but AMC, very, very much so. I think GameStop will run probably first, so just keep an eye on GameStop as well. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If I had to guess where this is going to go Monday, we already got rejected right below $22. I'd say a retest on this trend line at $20.70 before making our move one way or the other. That's probably what we will see come Monday. Now, the S&P 500, 451.38, up 0.56% on the day, and it's just kind of just chop trading, right? right? We got a lot of volume on the most recent sell-off and a little bit less volume yesterday. Got a little bit of a hammer candle, and the SPY looks slightly weak right here. I'm not going to lie, and that's probably because the company with the largest market cap just got slaughtered on its earnings, which is ticker symbol AAPL. Apple, the #1 blue chip stock that you could possibly look at. And we took a little bit of a degen bet. I mean, I guess it wasn't that bad because it's Apple, but at the same time, playing any earnings is kind of a degen bet. Took that in Discord. It did not play out good. Apple slid for the 3rd time in a row, and it definitely affected the S&P 500. It's trading at 185.45. Absolutely got slaughtered on Apple. And this is where we're at. The only thing propping the SPY up, well, of course, it's definitely not Apple, but Amazon did solid on their earnings, and that's probably what is holding the SPY up here as well, because, of course, we know the credit rating wasn't good either. I would watch for a rejection on the SPY at 453 before coming back down and testing 444 because it doesn't look strong enough. I think 444 is a test that needs to happen. Also, there's a gap fill a little bit under 444. Plus, to close out the video, Swiss National Bank hit by $15 billion second quarter loss, according to Reuters. And here are all the countries with better ratings than the US: Germany, Denmark, Netherlands, Sweden, Norway, Switzerland, Luxembourg, Singapore, and Australia. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. The video is probably going up slightly later. It's my mom's birthday. We went out to breakfast, so make sure to wish her a happy birthday in the comments down below. That is it. I love you all. Lottery Socks out.